we're gonna use the backup channel or the backup stream key or backup server URL. There you go. Yeah, you go. I just switched to the backup stream URL. Ooh, we're not going that way. Hey, can there be like a save or advantage is fine. Steel pipe. I love steel pipe. Future me, come back. What the hell is that? Oh. Bonk. The love on the YouTube side. Hey, thanks, Dusky. And I appreciate the advice though, Sari, that did in fact fix it. There you go. We're in there like Slimware. Can you not slash me with your silly knife? Yokong. One of these days I'll try Yokong. That sounds pretty. Name Shimizu Hinaku. Last seen wearing colored uniform, colored shirt, skirt. Details of disappearance. Left home, met with wearing a. Alright. Seems like we're finally getting everything. Oh, is she playing Hades 2 or Hades 1? Two? Awesome. You know what? We're just gonna give you a bonk. Bonk! Another sickle. You know, fast weapons in this game are actually pretty good. I feel like they do a lot of damage. God, can we not? I hate this enemy deeply. Haven't tested it. Want to do that on stream, so my genuine reaction is recorded. But man, the temptation is high. Give in to the temptation. Give in. Dang it, we gotta fight another one of these ladies. Really quick. Crowbar. Really quick though. Run around here and see if we can't find anything useful. Hey, can you not block the path with your fat ass? Jesus, lady. I got caught on the lantern. The tattering on their clothes is really good looking. I love a good tattered cloth. Understandable. Have a nice day. It does look pretty good, doesn't it? Hinako with her battle damage. Look, I'm trying to find anything to give this game credit for. Understandable. Alright, we're just gonna whip out the knife because I feel like the knife does like a ton of damage. does a ton of damage in a short period of time. Ow. You think that's gonna stop me? I'm going ham. There you go. DPS. Can you stop blocking the path with your fat ass? Oh my god. Pregnant woman or not, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Okay, first aid kit. Oh, that already seems like a Ramune. Yeah, let's drink that. What the hell? Well, I mean, I guess. Oh man, can you? Elden Ring or Hades 2, new game or 3 hours of Tree Sentinel. Choices. I feel like the obvious answer would be Hades 2, but something tells me you'll do the opposite. Something tells me. Nothing in particular. Man, the game you're good at are Elden Ring. Well, I mean, I don't know if she's any good at Hades 2. Maybe at Hades 1. Nothing personnel, kid, but Sheena. Interesting. Check that when you get a free sec, check the Discord DM I sent. King. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, well. Jeez. Oh, Chibi. Ay, ay, ay. Aww. I see. Which, by the way, I see what you sent, Sari. Oh, it's adorable. Damn, I can't believe seeing what you sent, Dusky, and then seeing what Sari saw, like Sari sent me, like back to back. is Whiplash. I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, by the way, Sarah. I appreciate it. That is adorable. Wait, where am I? I'm gonna look at it again. I don't know if you want it, but it's all yours if you want it. Oh. Wait, what did you... Oh my god. You're gonna make me emotional. No, yeah, absolutely. I do want it. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't even know what I'm getting. But I would totally use it. Oh my god. Can I have healing items? Oh. Yeah, I almost have my DT, so... Is this the final boss? It's so cute. The hot dog one gets me every time I look at it. Oh my god. Oh. So there's like there's a dream world and then there's like the real world. But I'm fairly certain but both of the dream world. The hot dog one is so good. Thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. So it seems like Fox Mask isn't actually trying to help us. I can't tell just yet for sure. But it's seeming to be like other Silent Hill games. Like none of this is real. This is just her coping with something. Something that I'm not quite understanding just yet. But if we like think about like the type of monsters that she's run into, like the doll or puppet, I guess it's like a puppet. I would imagine it's a puppet. And then there's the what it seems to be like the pregnant monster, and then the what it seems to be like a perverted like whatever the hell monster, like the stomach and the licking. I mean, I'm pretty sure that that means something. But I'm trying to like tie it all together as to like what's Fox Mask about? Like why, how does that tie into like? And then like the red capsules too. The red capsules and then the flower of the gods. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that deeply. I hate that. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. Hunter, cease and desist, doggy boy. I do say that little project is not perfect, but I did do it a small fun so I could. Well, it's the thought that counts, Serafina. Whether or not you believe it to be good or bad, it really means a lot to me, and I appreciate you for that. And then once I figure, I mean, like, some of those expressions on the cactus too is so good. Sorry, some of those expressions on me are so good. Also, remember that people say this game takes 3 playthroughs. Yeah. I heard you can actually play different characters. Like, Hinako is not the only character you play. Don't go that way. We gonna have a problem here, buddy? Wow. Okay, so much for Whoops. Just dodge into that. Give me your soul. Don't go that way. Based on what the story is telling me, though, I have a feeling something happened to Hinako that involves a man. Left home, met with, yeah. Yeah. Maybe the same thing happened to her that happened to Junko. Maybe she was married off. That's like the guess that I'm thinking. We have 2 medkits, by the way, so why don't we add that. You won't be able to see your father or mother anymore. Well, I mean, you didn't seem to... Oh, of course it had to be these things. Okay, fine. Get the second hit. There you go. Oh! Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, I can't believe that caught me. Give me that soul. Your soul is mine. Oh, my sanity. No, my HP. Alright, hold on. Let me, Kalima. Can you stop screaming in my ears, please? I'm gonna eat the soul. There we go. And then, not only that, I also think that... I was kind of telling you this. They want your attention, so what better way than to scream? Okay, note to self, if someone's screaming around me, they want my attention. Yeah, we got the new art pieces. Because of them getting hurt. See, if you know, that's one thing I'd noticed. Like, Fox Mask in general already has, like, the black art. I didn't double check that earlier. So there's Junko. Holy crap. Okay, listen. That art kind of look. That art kind of goes hard. That's pretty cool. You can't tell me that's not cool. That's pretty sick looking. That's actually sick as shit. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like there's something else. Uh, I've always despised people who tell me how to act just because I'm a girl. Okay, so I was telling Dusky before that there's probably something to do with gender norms here. So that is something that might be what's going on with Hanako because she didn't really act. She didn't act traditionally like a woman and whatnot. And this is also like in the 60s or 70s or something like that. So I imagine that many of the houses, I mean, some of them still are like patriarchal in nature, and then that seems to be the case, which with the way that uh, the wife or her mom, pretty much like no matter what happened, the mom always had the dad's side, as sort of like in this submissive position between the two of them. But I guess we'll see a little bit more. Yeah, I've been seeing some headlines that this game might be anti-several things. Yeah. I always despise people who tell me how I act. I'm a girl. She was different, though. He was the only one that understood me, and we were perfect partners. I considered him a true companion. As we got older, the pressure from our parents got stronger. Even still, Shu never stopped treating me like his equal, regardless of my gender. Yeah. There exists two. Well, I think I don't know. See, the thing is that I don't know, like, I mean, I feel like this does tackle like gender norms, but I don't think it's like in like the. I feel like it's not in the modern sense. I feel like it has more to do directly with the Japanese culture at the time in this game, as opposed to commentating on gender norms as a whole. But some of this still does exist in current Japanese culture, as I understand it. I'm not Japanese, I don't know, but as I understand it. There exist two Hinakos inside me. Shimizu Hinako, whom I've known since birth, and my dog. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So, uh, it's the Persona 4 situation. It's where Kanji is a straight male, but he likes to do typically things that women do. I think you're giving them to. Yeah, no, 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 yeah. I mean, because I feel like Persona 4 did it right, but people misunderstand it. Kanji is not gay in Persona 4. No, he's not. He is a straight man who just likes to do what can be considered girly things, and he got bullied essentially for it. And he started to question, like, am I really a man? But yes, he's in fact a man. He just realized that he doesn't need to give a shit. And then the same thing for I'm for Silent Hill, by the way. No, no, no. I know what you're talking about. I know. And then the same thing with Naoto. She she believed that being a man would allow her to be taken more seriously as her job as a detective. Uh, Sometimes they get confused over text. Oh no, it's fine, Dusky. It's fine. I'll let you know if I'll let you know, or you'll find out if I'm like referring to something differently. But I understand. I understand. But like yeah, this I feel like it's the same concept. And like Naoto, like for example, she wanted to be a man only because she wanted to be taken more seriously in her job as a detective. But she realized that whether she was a man or a woman, it didn't matter as long as she did her job correctly and like in the way that she believed to do it. So that's kind of like why she accepted being a woman by the end of the game. It had nothing to do with it had nothing to do with her questioning her gender. Um and I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people like to like try to assume that Persona 4 is about. But maybe I am giving this too much credit, but I don't think it could be. It could be Dusky. It very well could be. Japanese media doesn't tackle gender stuff that much overall, so I'm surprised when they actually do something about it. Japan doesn't really follow the internet wave of stuff. Like the woke culture is not that big there. Yeah, yeah. Generally, for the most part, they just do their own thing. Um, but this seems to be tackling gender norms of the time. I don't think it has anything to do. At least not yet. I need to play it more. I need to look at the lore some more. I'm Look, I'm gonna be real. I'm suspicious. I'm definitely suspicious. Like in the sense that it's like the topics that it's talking about make a lot of sense within the context that is provided, but I've seen so many games. I've seen so many games handle them terribly, to handle those sorts of topics really bad, that I'm wary. Let's just put it that way. I'm wary of these topics, not because they're bad topics or things that shouldn't be talked about, but because I feel like they've been handled really badly for the longest time. And if a game comes along that handles those topics in a way that I think makes a lot of sense and isn't just kind of for the sake of doing it, then you know, obviously I will give credit where credit is due. But yeah, right now I think it has something to do with the fact that Hinako... Ooh, I'm lagging. I think it has something to do with the fact that, because Junko got married off, so my guess is that Hinako also got married off, or maybe she ran away, because it says that when she went missing, right, she met somebody. Maybe she ran away or eloped, is my guess. But then the question is that if that has to do with the lore, then the monsters that she's seeing, well, how do they relate to that? And if you notice, like, there's like a doll, there's a puppet, then there's the pregnant lady, and then the pregnant monster, and then like the very obvious like perverted monster. I don't really know what to call it, but the one that likes to lick you. So if I had to guess, something tells me that she was supposed to be married off, but she then eloped with somebody. I don't think it might have been Shu. Or, because they said that Hinako is dead, so... There's a lot to take in. They said Hinako was dead, but she's very obviously not dead right now. Sorry. Maybe it's a timeline of events. But something along the lines of like either she was to be married off and she ran away, or she did get married off and it was nothing. It was something she didn't like that she deeply regrets. Because I think the monster that is very obviously her is the monster in the like traditional garb is very obviously her, and I'm guessing an older version of her. Like maybe this is like, maybe everything that we're seeing is like the manifestation of her guilt of whatnot. Not sure. I am not sure. I'm still trying to put it all together. That's a work in progress. Don't quote me. I just... Ow. 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 Give me your soul. No, give me your soul. I want it. Kalima. Ow. Ow. I will not be oh, never mind, I will be assassinated. I just think nuance is something that's been largely left out of a ton of modern writing. So I usually take things at face value. No, yeah, I understand. I'm just trying to broach the topic carefully. Like I think I have some stronger opinions about it, but right now I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and then I'm just gonna try to look at the lore for what it is in context for the time being, and then I'll go from there. But I like I said, I am in fact wary because I feel like it's been handled. I feel like these sorts of topics have been handled very poorly in recent days, in my opinion. Okay, we still have DT. Maybe we should just use the DT to deal with the small ones. Totally fair. Like, I want to give it a chance. And besides, lore is not the first problem of this game. I feel like the combat isn't really that deep, and it's not very interesting. Like, it kind of just feels like, I don't think writing is the first problem of this game right now. I think the writing is passable and interesting at the very least. Like, I'm trying to like put stuff together and understand what's going on, and I think that's a strength of the writing at the moment. But it depends on what the payoff is, and whether or not I feel satisfied with that payoff. But I think the first and foremost problem is that this game shouldn't have had combat like this. I feel like combat like this was like largely unnecessary. I think about Silent Hill 2 and how they handled Angela's story and how it was depicted, and I know that 99% of modern writers could never come close to that level of care, nuance, and subtlety. Yeah, I understand what you're putting down. When it comes to that sorts of things, like I think a lot of it, I mean, I could be wrong, right? I don't know what the situation is for every person, but I feel like a lot of it is ego. A lot of it is people. This is just how I feel about it, because as I've come to experience these different types of games and try them out and see how their stories play out, I feel like a lot of it is these writers feeling that they can, even though they're not the original writer, they can add on to it in meaningful ways and add their own spin on it. But I don't think that most writers can. Like, and also like some writers try to update this stuff for like the... I also feel like a lot of people... Hold on. I also feel like modern writers have a problem with trying to make everything relatable to the modern day, like relatable to like current topics, and I also feel like that's kind of like largely unnecessary. It depends on the game, of course, right? So like, you know, if you look at Metal Gear Solid and then like, you know, the topic of war and like, you know, the war economy and all that stuff, I think that perfectly fits fine for MGS, right? But I feel like a lot of stories will try to touch on topics where I think they're largely unnecessary. To be a boomer for a sec, it feels like a lot of writers got too many participation awards and never got the constructive criticism they needed to be actually good writers. Yeah. I could agree with that. Oh, I got a lot of these. Holy moly. Holy cannoli. But yeah, so that's kind of... So right now, I think the game... I kind of agree. Blake kind of like broke it down to me. He kind of like talked to me like about what he felt about the game. He liked it. he just wouldn't pay full price for it, or $70 for it. $60 he said yeah, maybe he would, or I think he said $60 he would pay for it. And I think that's fair. But I think I would go further as to say I don't even think I would pay 60 for this. It's not terrible by any means, but it just doesn't feel. It's still better than it's weird, right? This game at a base level is better than some games that I've played recently. However, I don't think I would pay full price for a game like this. And that might have to do with the types of games that I prefer, right? Because I've told you guys before, I don't like Souls-likes, right? Or I don't prefer them. I like is too strong of a word, because I wouldn't mind playing them. I do have fun playing them. I just don't actively look them out, right? Or go to like play them. Unless, of course, they interest me. So like things like Sekiro or the first Berserker Kazan, because that's in the BDO universe. Or no, not Black Desert. In the Dungeon Fighter Online. I love Souls-like, and I have zero interest in this game. Yeah, that's fine. So there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I don't actively look out games that are like. If I had to pick a game, that had anywhere near combat close to a Souls-like, I feel like the OG Monster Hunter is always going to be my favorite. And by OG, I don't necessarily mean the first like 3. Or sorry, I don't necessarily mean like the first 2. I mean more so from 3 onwards. 3 onwards and then before World, because another hot take for me, guys, I don't like World. I don't like World. World felt very, very sterile comparatively to a lot of the other Monster Hunters. And then for me personally, Wilds is a little bit better, but it has a whole another can of worms that it has to deal with. I think Wilds is going in the right direction, but I also still think it's a little bit too sterile. Because a lot of the Monster Hunters that I enjoyed were the PSP ones and then the DS ones. And then Rise I really liked. I like the spin-off team for Monster Hunter, because if you didn't know, basically the Monster Hunter team is 2 separate teams. There's the one that makes the mainline entries, and then there's the team that makes the portable entries. So like the Switch and PSP and all that jazz. At this point, I've sort of like realized that I just enjoy the portable entries more than the mainline series, and it's because the portable series puts more focus on gameplay and the various ways that I feel like the portable series puts more focus on gameplay, and it also puts more focus on the art and style of things. Everything's very colorful and vibrant, and the gameplay usually is experimental and fun, and that's kind of like the vibe that I go for. But when it comes to the mainline series, at least the current mainline series, because even some of the ones that like Wii, for example, which was Monster Hunter Tri, even that one was still really cool. But when it comes to like World and Wilds, I feel like they lost a lot of personality, because it just, specifically with World, I can say without a fact, I'm still kind of developing an opinion for Wilds. I know I like it to a degree, but I also know some stuff from World came along that I don't like. But if I were to talk about Worlds directly, I don't mind having a focus on ecology and stuff like that, but I do dislike the fact that it's kind of this. It just looks like another UE game. World just looks like another UE game. It's not particularly vibrant or colorful. And like, yes, you can tell me that Ancient Forest and all those other places are colorful, but not in the way that like the previous games were. It felt like it had more life and love put into it. And then the scaling of world is something I didn't like either. Because what was really common in other older Monster Hunters is that when you went from one rank to another, the monster would also sort of evolve with you. And by that, I mean, like, it'll learn, like, a new move set. Like, the low rank monster will be, like, not as fast. It'll have... Oh my god, I'm gonna die to this. Be not as fast, not as many attacks. And then, like... Let's use Nargacuga, for example. In lower rank, Nargacuga does one tail slam when it's angry. And then that's usually when you're allowed to break its tail, because it gets stuck, right? And then you go to high rank, and then Nargacuga does a one tail slam, and then does another tail slam back to back. So that's kind of like a new technique that it picked up fighting, like, surviving higher rank hunters. And then you start getting into the concept of variations, or dread monsters, or dread versions, where they've basically fought so many hunters that overall they become like an entirely different version of the monster themselves. And I feel like none of that carries through in World. It's just the exact same monster with the exact same moves. They just do more damage. And that bothers me. That bothers me. Oh, I tried. You know what? I'm just gonna DT as soon as I get the chance. So yeah, if I had to summarize, I don't like the art style of World looking really sterile, with just bone and steel weapons. Wilds was a lot better, because if you like, for example, like Lalabarina, the spider, like that monster is very like pretty, colorful, and less rooted in reality, which is fine. Hearing you talk about MH sounds so cool, and then I play it and I just can't stand the gameplay. No, that's fine. Like, it's not for everyone. I'm not gonna pretend. And like even these opinions that I hold, like, you know, not everyone's gonna agree. Although I do understand, because some people's first game is gonna be World, and they're gonna have like a level of bias towards it, and in the same way that I do by playing these older games, right? And then coming back or playing these new games. Oh, the scene where you meet the rose spider in the wild. Yeah, Lalabarina. Yeah. So Wilds, so that's the thing why I like Wilds, because Wilds World went too far in the direction of being all about ecology and like realism and how the monsters interact with the world, which is so cool, but that's not why I play Monster Hunter. And that isn't to say I want it to be removed entirely, but I think gameplay should be the focus. That's just me personally. And like the gameplay and the interaction between the hunter and the monster, as opposed to the monster's interaction with the environment. Which, while that's cool, don't get me wrong, but just put it in like in a lore book or something, in my opinion. Wilds was a lot better in that regard, because it had the combination of the ecology, and then it also had some of those over the top designs that they got rid of in World. And they also brought back some of the monsters too that were really cool. Like, you know, the Rocket Dragon, Valstrax, and all these other ones, and it's like, oh, that's awesome. Do I really? Can we not do this? Do I have to fight you? I don't want to fight you. Ow. I need to control real quick. But yeah, so Wild did, long story short, Wild did better, because it brought back some of the gameplay from. It brought back some of the stuff that I really liked from older games. Stop it. They brought some of the stuff that I really like from older games and the way that like certain the moves existed. And then they buffed Gunlance, which is probably one of my favorite weapons. Which, by the way, if you're curious, I play every weapon except Bowgun. Give him the good shit. Yeah. There you go. Cool. I play every weapon except Bowgun. Yeah. I can't say anything about earlier games because Monster Hunter Rise and Wilds is my second one. I did love Wilds. Bigger reason I cannot play is my PC doesn't like it, which is understandable. That's one of the bigger problems that Wilds has to contend with, is its performance is not exactly the greatest. My biggest plus in Wilds is that we as a player felt like an actual character that lives in the world, like we're actually part of the plot and such. I can understand why you might like that. But like the other, I mean, it's hard, right? Because for me specifically, because in the older games, the stories were just the story of the Monster Hunter games were just a way to facilitate you as a hunter rising through the ranks to fight monsters. It had less to do with you as a hunter working for the guild. I mean, there was still like an underlying plot and reason for you as a hunter to hunt these monsters, like, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't particularly deep or fleshed out because it was secondary to the gameplay and hunting the monsters and having these one-on-one boss fights with them. Like the gameplay loop of killing the monster, getting the armor, and so on and so forth. Where am I going with this? While I do like that in Worlds and in Wild, I just don't want the game to take itself too seriously. I think that's pretty much what it comes down to. I feel like it's been taking itself too seriously for the last two for the Worlds entry. And yes, I know there's a bunch of like really wild and over the top stuff in there too, but by comparison to the other games, Wild is a little bit better because it was less constrained in the art department, which was a big plus for me. There's mom and dad. Mother, father. Like I like the ecology, but I don't need that to be the main focus. Like I understand that it's cool to see a world that is alive and like the world building, but for a Monster Hunter game, that's just not. It's probably my third reason for playing it. If I were to be generous. It's not the story, it's not the ecology. It's fighting the monster and the interaction between the player and the monster and the way that like fight happens. The fight plays out. The other things in Monster Hunter facilitate that, but aren't like the main focus. Well, what motivates me the most in story, so it works fast for me, it makes me want to help the characters in the game, makes me want to do more stuff, but that is my personal... I absolutely understand. There's a lot of people who like World and Wilds for that reason, but for me, it... Okay, Hinako. For me, that's not what I'm looking for. Which is why I liked Rise so much, right? Like, between the three of them, I like Rise the most. And people say that the game is easy, and to some degree, yes, it is. But the fight between you and the monster feels really, really good. The way that you move and interact with the world, and you fighting the monster, and how you can dodge the player expression in that game, I feel like is much more pronounced. That's what I feel. And that's also why I like Wilds a lot more. Or no, sorry, that's why I like Rise a lot more. Not only that, and like I like it when Monster Hunter is like very colorful, and like these monsters have very colorful palettes. Like I don't really like Anjanath all that much because it just looks like a generic dinosaur, you know? I don't really like Anjanath that much. The chicken monster that does like flames and wilds, I don't really like that either. I mean, like it's cool, but like it just looks like I don't need prehistoric looking monsters. I need I need stuff like Mizitsune, which is also really cool. Like some of the later monsters are really awesome, like the octopus, the oil octopus, whose name that I cannot remember. I know it starts with an X and a U, but like Juduna is a pretty cool monster. The one with the slime on its fins, and then how it uses that to mitigate damage. Like that's a pretty cool monster. But stuff like Anjanath, stuff like, you know, stuff like that bird, where it's just a typical prehistoric dragon, or sorry, prehistoric dinosaur. Like I don't really care for that. I want them to kind of go ham with their designs. The big ice dragon, yeah. So that's a really cool one too. So a lot of the monster designs in there are better, I feel like. But I wish they would go more towards like the extreme end of like artistic stuff. But I think the focus on ecology is what prevents them from doing that, in my opinion. By having a set ecology that which they have to adhere to doesn't allow them to do monsters that would theoretically mess up the ecology. That is the biggest thing. Because I feel like when you have to design an ecology, you have to do so in a way that it's like a circle of life, right? And if one singular monster, just as it is in real life, if one singular monster, like, you know, kills the entire population of like an area, it pretty much destroys the entire ecosystem there. And they kind of play into that, right, with Wilds too, because you're not just allowed to hunt. As a hunter, you are not allowed to just hunt anything, which is why you have your assistant with you from the guild to basically determine that, okay, this monster is a problem, therefore we need to hunt it. But because you have to adhere to the ecology in that way, unlike the other games, I feel like that also limits the design of what some of these monsters could be. Like, some of the monsters that carried over that I thought were really, really cool is like, wait. 1 second. No. I know. Cease. Cease existing. Bandages here at least. Oh, why is that happening now of all times? I forget its name, but like the black dragon that has like the it has rotting scales because it's trying to molt, and it turns into Shin. The molting dragon, I forget what it's called, but they refer to it as the black dragon, and it's the one that inflicts frenzy on everything. Which, by the way, you should, if you play the Monster Hunter 4 on the DS, I recommend it. That's really good. Like there's some designs that they brought back that are really cool, like, but by like, so for example, another example, like we never got the Monster Hunter MMO, which is a thing, by the way. That's also where, just kind of like a fun fact, that's where the largest monster in all of Monster Hunter is in, and it's called Sol Viente. You can look it up on YouTube. It's like the biggest monster we've ever fought as a hunter. Sol Viente. Solviente. Cool monster, by the way. It's a serpent monster. But like some of the monsters in there are really cool. Like there's a gravity dragon that controls gravity. Like that dragon's pretty cool. We actually got in Wilds. Was it Wilds? I think it was Wilds. Espinus. That's a monster from the MMO, Espinus, where its fireball does poison, paralyzation, and fire at the same time. Like, I think that's so cool. Stuff like that. Like, I want them to get creative. A lot of the base Elder Dragons are really cool. I want them to bring stuff back like Yama. if you don't know what Yama is, it's basically a giant flying octopus that has like leaves and stuff growing all over it, but it has human teeth. It's horrifying, by the way. Like I heard they brought back Gogmazios, which is like the oil dragon of it's supposed to be like the end of times. Like that dragon is like actually like a disaster class or whatever you want to call it. Oh, which by the way, another fun fact: Elder Dragons. That's just a. It's not really a designation. It's just like they can't really identify what kind of dragon it is, so they just put it in there. Like the Elder Dragon tag, I guess you could say a title, is more of just a box that they put the stuff they can't explain in. So like they added Gogmazios recently, so that's pretty interesting. Gogmazios being like an oil dragon, and it basically coats itself in oil and all that stuff. We call him George. Really cool. Divine water. Okay. Anyways, I feel like I've been ranting about this for a while now because I'm really passionate about Monster Hunter, but I don't really like the direction they're going currently. But if I had to put a cap on it, I feel like it lost a lot of its soul with World. It lost a lot of its soul with World. Wild is doing a little bit better, but overall, I still think like it's still struggling to get it back. That is just this lowly cactus's opinion. And if you like, by the way, if you like Wilds or you like World for whatever reason, like it's, I'm not here to yuck your yum or anything like that, which I don't really know where I got that saying for, but I'm not here to like rain on your parade. You can like the game all you like, but I just don't prefer it. I'll play it, but I won't. I'll tell you later. I just like if I'm gonna play a Monster Hunter game, I'll probably go back and play Rise, or maybe go play some of the DS ones or something like that. A kitchen knife. Let's go to the crowbar. Doll, are you not gonna? Am I gonna have to? Is this the final boss? Is this it? I mean, if you ever want to play Monster Hunter at any point, Serafina, I'm down. Either Wilds or Rise, either one's fine by me. I wouldn't mind starting like a fresh save. And who knows, maybe I might change my mind, like I did with like Resident Evil 6. Okay, so we're seeing some of the places we've been before. Where are you, boss Hinako? Hinako altar. Or I guess Chu Hinako? Ian, hello. No, I'm not gonna pick you up. No. Well, Rise is really an option because I have that on console and there's no crossplay, but maybe someday Wilds if I ever get up space plus new computer. Understandable. I mean, if you ever consider... You could also... If you ever, because I know sometimes you go to the flea market, you can also look around if you ever see Monster Hunter Double X on sale out there, and you feel like you have enough for it, that'd also be a good recommendation, because that pretty much has the entirety of every Monster Hunter before it monsters. It has all of them. It has all of them, and it has all the villages from every Monster Hunter, and you go from each to each one to each one.
それは何のあなたいつから飲んでるのそんなに飲んで大丈夫なの全然大丈夫だよこれを飲むと落ち着くからもうやめなさいそれを飲むのをやめて私にかなわないで
Oh boy. Yeah, Monster Hunter Double Cross. It pretty much encapsulates and contains all the previous Monster Hunters before World. Rise is much closer stylistically, I feel. Although it's still its own game and still contains a lot of like the stuff that World had. What are you doing, Hanako? Okay, so maybe drug abuse? I haven't seen Monster Hunter sold outside of World a couple times. Okay, okay. Was it Dusty? Was it you that said that theory that she might be attacking people because she's like seeing them as monsters? Because that might be the case. Nope, that was not you. I've been told that Rise made combat faster, so I don't know how well I would like the earlier ones. The earlier ones are more like Wild. No, that was not me. Okay. Yeah, the earlier ones are more like a combination of like Rise and Wilds, because they're a little bit slower, but you have different combat styles. Oh, I tried to dodge that, and that did not work out. Can I just give you a quick bonk, lady? Bonk. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna. Is this like a? Is this like a can't die situation? Oh, I didn't expect that. So is there a way to see enemy health in this game? Yeah, in this game, yeah. No, I don't think so. Actually, you know, it might be a setting. I wouldn't be surprised if it had like an accessibility setting. Maybe. Oh, what is going on? I am lagging. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of it because I was lagging. Ooh. Ooh, just pop some pills. Oh. She's just a tomboy. That's kind of... It's kind of what it seems like. She's just tomboy, strong-willed. No. Oh, the backhand. Oh, the backhand. Oh, the backhand. I wish it would let me skip this. I feel like we're gonna see this a couple times. Oh, of course. Yeah, but what if I give you Big Bonk? Oh, okay. What if I also give you another Big Bonk? Is this thing, am I supposed to just stop her from doing this, or? Unless there's a way for me to get out. Or maybe I'm just not supposed to die before I get to this point, so I get one of those free revives. Ow. Oh. Okay, this boss doesn't actually feel all that hard. I'm just bad. Alright, well, so we're just gonna give you Big Bonk. We're just gonna keep giving you Big Bonk. Bonk. Actually, you know what? Do I? Dude. Maybe I just saved the hammer. Seems like these are just phases. Oh! I mean, it didn't kill me, but damn. Ooh. Ow, the spin. At least let me get that bonk in. Read more pills. Okay, so this is the part where she does this. Am I supposed to just... Hey, Stabby. How are you doing? Welcome in. Am I supposed to eat that, or is there a way to get out of that? Do I stop her from doing that? Oh, hi, guy. No. But it's I have one more, I think. Yeah, I have one more. I have one more, but then I have infinite healing. So as long as I play safe, it shouldn't be a problem. Ow. Oh no. Okay, there you go. Oh, escape. There's red capsules all over the floor. Looking a lot like drugs.
ちょっとどうしたのよ。
これは何の真似だ。おい貴様、正気か。
うるさい。どいて。邪魔するなら容赦しない。私たちに誰も構うんじゃね
え。Oh.
いくらなんでもやりすぎだ。
Interesting. Ah, cool. I got both of them in that swing. Uh, 1960s, 70s, I think. I could be wrong. You might have to look that up because that's what I think it was, 1960. Bonk, bonk, bonk. There you go. Bonk. I don't actually know, to be honest. Wait, no, I remember seeing somewhere it was like 1960s. Oh, maybe I'll check in a second then. Oh, am I not supposed to be back there?
待ってくれみんな。ひな子と私がひな子なぜだどうしてお前の心に分かってやれたと思っていたのに。
Nuh-uh. Yeah, I think there definitely is. There definitely is some drug abuse going on here. Red pills everywhere. Let's take one for the road.
辛抱だ
Loosened hard and killed ordinary townfolk on our drug-fueled rampage. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, it's starting to seem like it. Interesting. Okay. Right. This is so apparently the first playthrough is a guaranteed, like, we'll let this roll because I actually really like this song. It's like a very specific jam, but I like it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Dun. What maketh one a woman to be tainted or of sin? Because I'm also trying to look at the lyrics here and just see if they're related. From the womb of the red Dead Sea, for whom such a color flows. The last guilty yet satisfied. Maybe
県道8号線にて当該事案の被疑者と思わしき女性に襲われた男性2名のうち1名は現在心肺停止の状態。
羽倉町一より県警本部。一部被害者に使用された包丁ですが、敷地内からは発見できず、被疑者は現在もこれを所持している可能性が高いと思われます。どうぞ。
県警本部から各局、女性被疑者は20代です。花嫁装束、身長は 160cm 少々、常吉神宮より逃走中。凶器を所持している可能性が極めて高い。各局はくれぐれも慎重に対応されたし。
羽倉町一から県警本部。
In her 20s.
被疑者は赤と白のカプセル状の
So she's not a high schooler, but she's
服用していたとのことです。
tripping.
県警本部より神楽町一。それは式場内で発見された正体不明のカプセル薬と同一のものか。どうぞ。
羽倉町一から県警本部。被疑者が服用する際に口からこぼしたカプセル薬を敷地内から
Okay. So yeah, so it really does seem like she was like a drug-fueled rampage. But it seems the reason why, I mean, I don't know the reason for sure, but this seems like the reason is related primarily to the way she grew up. Okay, I'm gonna skip this. You can create a new save data from the completed game by beginning New Game Plus with the data from a full completed. You can experience changes to the story. You can experience changes to the story and have a chance to fulfill specific conditions to unlock new endings. You're also able to play on a hard difficulty setting, Lost in the Fog. Yeah, we're not going to do Lost in the Fog. In fact, we're probably just going to play it on story mode. Just so that way we can get through it. And then also see, like, view endings. Complete the story for the first time. Didn't take the red capsules. Didn't take the red capsules. Listen to all UFO radio broadcasts. That's probably the UFO ending. Found all 3 Great Space Invasion movie posters in order after listening to the UFO podcast. Okay. So these ones are pretty straightforward. We just don't take any red capsules. We're just gonna leave it on story because I just want to get the rest of these endings. I'll play for a little bit longer. And then some of you, if you're curious, you can see the intro for the first time. I'll let you know if it's any different.
ねえねえ、知ってる？女の人はお嫁さんになるのが仕事なんだって。
仕事じゃないよ。ひな子はお嫁さんになりたくないの？
でもお父さんに言われるとなりたくなくなる。
宿題と同じだね。
やれって言われるとやる気なくす。
This game seems really marriage phobic. Well,
お姉ちゃん。
probably in the context of like the 1960s. But yeah.
昔を思い出してた。お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。ひな子、私ね。
Yeah, marriage and trying to run away from it. Yeah.
これお姉ちゃんにあげる。
I think somewhere in here is alluding to a baby too. I think there was a baby.
ありがとう。
Just not sure yet. I think it's just because like at the time women weren't allowed to do that. Or at least it was not like allowed. I mean, I guess I wouldn't even say allowed. I would just say like it just wasn't socially correct at the time. That's my guess. Because, like I was telling Dusky Stabby, they really touch on like this whole like the concept of like the patriarchal family. Take that as you will, but I think that's also like a product of the setting that they're in. From what I've seen too about her, from what I've seen too about her family and social life, Hinako is kind of unlikable. Yeah, she doesn't seem very like. Well, I don't know. Like I think it might have been a lot of it might have been as a result of her at-home situation affecting her in her everyday life. I think that's a possibility. Okay. Oh, contains scenes you have not seen yet? What? That's crazy. That's nice of them to tell me though. Oh. That was different.
とにかく今後のことは親の方で話を進める。
お父さん、ひな子の気持ちだって。
こんな話二度とないんだぞ。ひな子にとってこれ以上の幸せがあるか。あるわけがない。
My theory about her getting married off.
話はまだ終わってないぞ。ひな子。
Because the dad.
それにしても、あのひな子がね。
あいつは本当に高校娘だ。何しろおかげで借金はすべて。
Ay, ay, ay.
金に困らずに済む。
I think she was gonna get married off for money.
ひな子に聞こえますよ。
That dad arranged her marriage into a wealthy family. Yeah, exactly. Because the dad was already in debt, and she blamed all of his anger that he had on the debt.
あれか、そんなこと。
I'm just gonna do a little bit of exploring a little bit. So it does seem like she was married off, kind of against her will, and then perhaps her like drug-fueled rampage was more so an intimidating monster that appears in Tsunomuku, a traditional white wedding kimono. It uses their grand fox arm to compel others to obey. It looks down on me and denies my existence, but at the same time it pities me, like it thinks it's something better than me or something. Don't look down on me, you're no better. Okay. And then, so to get the alternative endings, we need to not take the red pills. Which shouldn't be all that hard, because fortunately the red pills don't really heal that much anyways. There's been sighting of foxes coming into town recently. I'm sure that the older generation have grown up learning to respect the foxes fine, but I'm concerned for any children who may try to chase and provoke the creature. Foxes by nature are not aggressive, but just like wild dogs, they carry diseases such as rabies, tetanus, and echinococcus, to name just a few. The town committee should send out warnings to ensure that people don't unnecessarily get close to them. I put unnecessarily and close on the opposite end of each other. Alright, let's see. A lot of our stuff carried over, apparently, so... Yeah, the Omamori. Can I... Okay. So for the most part, it's going to play out the same here, so we just try to go down to... We gotta go back down. Go back down.
神様、私はどうしたら。
As I understand it, and this is kind of like spoiler territory, so if you're looking to play this, like, I'll give you like... Research Journal Photo 1. I'll give you a moment to like step away or mute it. So 3, 2, 1. I kind of hear that there's multiple playable characters in this actually. I wonder if it's like seeing it from the different point of view as the other people. So like Shu and maybe even Sakuko and... Oh, here you go. Regarding the legend of the sacred sword, however, it said the sword's animosity continued to grow even as it remained buried under the earth, so people erected a sacred barrier around it using Jizo statues as an anchor. If one wished to find the sword, they should start by looking for these Jizo statues first. It appears the barrier works by creating a spiritual harmony that inhibits the sword's animosity. Harmony, yin and yang, the 5 elements of wuxing. During this period, it was thought that everything was composed of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Therefore, 5 was a number associated with harmony. In other words, there would be 5 Jizo statues. Are 5 such statues located in this town? I expect tracking them down will prove a tremendous stack. Okay, so we can't open it. Okay, so that's already different. This is already different. Need to find a key. Okay. Is there anything over here? Separate room. Yeah. A woman's magazine. My father isn't fond of seeing these around. This is from Sakoko, but it's too cute for me. He always told me, play house like a good girl should. Balcony key. Okay, so there's the key. Isn't that cute? Whose house is this? Yeah, this is already different. Boy's diary. I'm going to be a treasure hunter. I'll make sure of it. And then I'm going to become a millionaire by finding treasure all around the world. And not just hunting treasure. A real treasure hunter sometimes take down big scary beasts and bad guys. And don't forget that they have to learn how to escape dangerous traps too. I was play fighting with the girl who lives next door when Mom got mad at me. She said, what if you leave a scar on her face? Then nobody will marry her. What's that all about? I think that girl would be a really good treasure hunter, though. She always finds the hidden treasure when we play treasure hide and seek. I want to become a treasure hunter with her someday. Treasure hunter game. Hacking tips. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we can't go that way because there's a small box. A small box in the way. Treasure hunter game note. You found this place too, huh? You're getting hotter. You gotta use that noggin of yours. Let the thrill of the hunt keep your spirits high. I'm assuming it's just that one that we... Assuming it's just this. You're really good at this. Not any bozo can find this one. Too bad this isn't the treasure. But points for trying. You were so close. So close. It's not that. Alright, we might as well just walk around the room and just check. Okay. Then we'll go downstairs. So it's probably... If that isn't it, then it's probably downstairs or something. Kaboom! You got blown to smithereens by my doo-doo bomb and died. Not the doo-doo bomb! Anyone here with half a brain would know this would be a trap. Good thing I don't have a brain. Yeah, you got stabbed by my doo-doo spear and died. Not the doo-doo spear. Anyone looking for treasure here is no more. A lot of items. Help Mason clear Omega fight in MH Wilds. Very cool. Faded bride doll. An old doll in the shape of a bride made from clay. It seems to be forgotten a long time ago. This is the treasure. I don't think you'll ever want to come back to MH Wilds with that fight. Holy crap. Was it that bad, or was it like... What do you mean by that? Be more specific, Mr. Stabby. Alcohol bottle. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go back down to the town then. I wonder if some of the other... I got really good at clearing it with Ivan, and even though we got proficient in it, we still utterly despise the design of the fight. Your dreaded MMO mechanics are back. Man. Of course they did. And it's funny too, like I don't like I've played FF14. It's not like I don't like MMO mechanics, but it's like in Monster Hunter, it's like come on now. Starting around my day, Ebisugaoka has been seeing a high number of small earthquakes. They have good gear locked behind the fight too, so you do have to farm them. Understandable. The Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division predicts that there will be even more in the future. Residents remain on edge, fearful that there may be an early warning signs of a large earthquake to come. Rumor that these events are caused by Inari-sama's curse has been spreading among the more religiously minded of the elderly population. However, however, the Prefectural Disaster Prevention Division is urging residents to treat such rumors as superstition and instead prepare for any potential disasters ahead. Faded. Sacred Sword. Oh, Come to think of it, we're talking about a full course Tokyo that came to Ebisu to research the legendary sword. It is said that Ebisu was It is said that Ebisugaoka was a hidden village that once served as the refuge for defeated Right, and this was under the tree. Unfortunate evidence. Hunter! Hey! Stop. It'd be a horrible historical breakthrough if we could get through that. However, it said the swords and 5 statue loaded tonight. I expect to track them down. I better go and see if there's an Jizo statue in town. Okay. Okay, and no more pills for us. No more poppin' mollies for Hinako. But anyways, more on the design of the fight. Omega has really fast startup times on a lot of his attacks, and all of his AoEs are excessively large, so they're hard to dodge even with the evade extender. I wonder if it's because they want you to use that like shield mechanic. There's like that shield mechanic you're supposed to stand in or something like that. The worst offense of all of his attacks occur concurrently, like back to they can happen at the same time. That's a bit spicy. Yes, a lot of those attacks happen at the same time. Wow. Does that put you in like any undodgeable situations? Yes, there are a lot of checkmate situations where you just have to eat the cart. Oof. No bueno. Wait, hold on, Hinako. I'm not done looking at that. Hinako. Hinako. Oh, Jizo statue. We checked that. Wait, where did the... It's to the left of like one of those red thingies. I don't really know what those red thingies are called. I think they're mailboxes. I could be wrong. I should go look at it. Take a closer look at that. Yes, there's a lot of checkmate situations where you just have to eat the cart. It makes me sigh. Like I don't mind like the bosses having like mechanics like in which you have to like do a certain thing to like beat them or whatever. Like if you fought like Narwa and Rise, right? You could like jump over like certain attacks, and like there were sections where you couldn't hit Narwa, but you needed to do basically a bullet hell. Like that stuff like that's fine, like where you're actually interacting with the monster fighting you. But like I don't really like the introduction of like other game mechanics in the fight. There's really unfun DPS check as well in the third part. Of course there's a DPS check. Because if it's like FF14, it's like DPS or wipe, right? Omega summons the holographic Nacella that if you don't kill it in time, you get wiped. Why? Yeah. That's what I thought. It's kill it or wipe. Zam. How's Gogmazios at least? So the problem with this DPS check is it's designed to frustrate and waste your time. Name Suzutani Mayumi. Last seen with white blouse, long navy, beige nigger shavel pug. The rest has been torn off. Have you done Gogmazios at least? The Nursula uses its Super Spider-Man Wesping as much as it can just to avoid you. Oh wow. Gog isn't out. Jorge, George the Mazios. I hope Gogmazios is good, because Gogmazios was a really cool fight in his last game. George Mazios, indeed. Jorge Mazios. Okay, so it's one of those red things. I think that is a male.
Yo, Aibo.
Shoo.
Is there new cutscenes here? Or can I skip this? Okay, there isn't new cutscenes. Run. Run. Run away from my problems. Run from my demons. I wonder, is because Junko talks to you once you get cornered here. So I wonder if she's gonna say anything different. Junko. Junko. Speak to me, Junko. Okay.
痛い。これ週にもらっててよかった。
Hey partner. Okay, so we can't
通りだな。
take those. Can I remove it from my discard? We're just gonna straight up discard it so we can't accidentally use it. Well, we get a pipe this early. Okay.
どこ急いで咲子のとこに戻らないと。
Ooh. No red capsules for us. But yeah, George Mazios, Gog Mazios is cool. Smart move, getting rid of the no items. Yep. No, we're not even gonna pick them up either.
シュウ
The fact that they let you discard it, it's pretty cool. So like the early game like this is pretty cool. Like it's like pretty spooky, the ambience and everything that's involved. Hanako later discovers that the capsules she's been taking were suppositories for rectal use only. And she crashes out. She crashes out because of it. Here's another one of those G's, lots of fox. Hey. Oh, that's way less damage. So let me dodge cancel this real quick and then give you a bonk. Alright, cool. Oh wait, yeah, okay, there. Alright, so we're still gonna do like all the item searching, but we're just gonna do it faster, and we're just gonna run along the walls and just see if there's anything for us to pick up. And then anytime we see one of those mailboxes, I don't really know if they're mailboxes or not. I should take a closer look at them, like I said. Oh, eek. Disgusting. Drugs? No. I prefer vegetables. Do I look like I pop pills to you? I think this is where you get actually one of the UFO radios. Yokang. Yeah, this is... Okay. An unknown object is just... So that's why the bridge is destroyed. That's interesting. I wonder if it, like... It'd be really funny if the aliens actually played... Like, actually legitimately played into it. Alright. Just in case there's anything new, we're just gonna go ahead and explore. Like I said, we'll be quick about it. Nope. Don't want that. Ow. Later, nerd. As if I'm gonna stick around. Ow. Nothing there. Nope. Ow. Bonk. Bonk. Behold the bonkening. Okay, so we got that. Just gonna go ahead and take a look around. Nothing there. Chitsureishimasu. Ew. Just anytime I see a red capsule, I'm just gonna say ew from now on. Just make a noise of disgust. Household tips for good wife and wise mother. A collection of loving ways to create the perfect home. Okay. I need a key, of which we currently do not have. So let's go upstairs. I know there's an enemy behind this door here. Okay, so we still can't go that way. But this time, we didn't have a weapon at this point, so we can actually take the time to fight it. Yokong. Ew. What kind of key is this? Bloody key. Not sure what unlocks. Oh. I was wondering where you were at. Ow. Ow. Wait, can you just... What? Wow, you're really tanky. I actually expected you to die way sooner. Usually a full charged heavy will, like, knock him out. Whoa. So we're just gonna run straight upstairs. I'm assuming the key that we get there will let us open up the front door. So that's what we're gonna do. So this is the key. which lets us open that, I think. Because last time it just runs at you. Interact with that, just in case the key doesn't fit. Okay. Maybe it's not this playthrough then? Oh. Let's take some of this. Bandage. Nothing there. Leave the pills on the table. Gotcha. Okay, now... Is there any, like, back door key? I wonder if that's the key we need. So this is what it feels like to get outside on a... Wait, whose back door has, like, a ladder like that? That's crazy. Omamori whale. When using a restorative option, you will not be interrupted by normal attacks. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's new. So I guess we still have to go through the window. Like normal. Bloody key. Anything over here? No.
ここはまずい。シュウたち無事だといいけど。
I think this is actually the area where we get the pipe the first time, right? Ew. You know what? We don't even actually have to fight you, I don't think, so we'll just run it down. Let's comb. Draw Omamori. And yeah, we solve all the Emma. Bamboo increases max sanity. Alright, I gotta dip and go grab Din Din. Later, Cacto. Hey, you have a good one. You have a good one, Dusky. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, and I'll have to ask you, Seraph, you know, if you're still here, I'll have to ask you how to use what you sent me. 'Cause I don't know how to. I don't know how to use that. Go this way.
Rinko.
Bandage. Okay, so we don't get the cutscene there of us getting the pipe. I wonder if there's like a pacifist run where we don't kill. Well, no, we'd probably still have to fight some stuff towards the end, but it's like if the understanding is that these things are people, right? So maybe trying to avoid killing them is a good thing. Hello, Hunter. Hunter, you're so chiquito. You know I love you, big boy. Ramune. He's not actually small. I've just been calling him Chiquito ever since he was a puppy. So he was small then. Chiquito means small for the most part. He was small when he was a puppy. He's not very small anymore, but I still call him that. Ooh, okay, cool. There isn't that many of those, like, red... Is this different? No, it isn't. Okay, it's not different. 1, 2... Oh, it is a post. Uh-oh. I don't know how I dodged that, but she's gonna get a big bonk. Okay, she's gonna get another big bonk. Damn, you're not stunned. Something's apparently new here. Ah. And this is our first dream world instance.
我ら一族の繁栄のためその血肉を捧げよう
Interesting. And this is still that puzzle. It shouldn't change, right? Oh, okay. Right? Yeah. Did I really? No, that doesn't look right. Yeah, that looks better. I was about to say. I'm like, it's supposed to be easy puzzles. Like, how could I mess that up? Run. So these are the headaches that we're giving her, like, she was taking a bunch of pills for. This is where we meet Fox Mask.
おはよ
Oh no, he's handsome.
うなされていたかな
Must have been some nightmare.
怪我はないか怪我をす
誰なの
Fox Mask.
足元に注意しなさい
Yeah, so once we get to the next save, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. But I think for the most part, I'm gonna try to get the other endings offline. And then for the time being, I'll probably go back to playing Resident Evil. So we'll probably start with Resident Evil 7. Probably maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I've told you guys, I've told some of you before that I kind of sell toys and like Hot Wheels and stuff like that as like a side job type thing. There is a convention happening in my area on the weekend, so I may not stream. Actually, no, I won't stream Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll put out a message saying otherwise if that's not the case. But for the time being, Saturday and Sunday will not be. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday will not be. I will not be streaming. But probably to make up for that, I might stream Monday and Tuesday of next week. I'll figure that out as we come along. I'll leave some. I'll probably put some of this stuff in the announcements in my Discord. And then whoever was here to hear that. Now you know. Kite getting. Well, we already know there's going to be a save over here. So I'll just start doing my outro as we wrap up. So I just want to thank everyone for being here. I'm Cactus. I normally play Resident Evil. We just did the very first run of Silent Hill F. We did it on stream, so you can check out the VODs if you're interested in seeing the rest of those. I don't think I'm gonna do the other endings on stream in their totality. I think maybe when I get towards the end of each route, maybe I might put that up on stream just to have that there. So I think that's pretty much for that. And then whenever the next time I stream, which might be tomorrow, and if not, it's going to be this coming Monday, 8 a.m., we're going to be doing more Pokemon Soul Link with the lovely Seraphina. And then and then on Tuesday, if I do decide to stream, I will be doing RE7. So to kind of summarize the weekend, I won't be streaming. Friday, maybe not, don't know. I'll let you know. Monday, 8 a.m. Pokemon. Tuesday, I will be streaming RE7. And then on Wednesday, 8 a.m., we still have some Borderlands 3-4 players to do with Dusky, Light, and Seraphina. So that is going to be something to look forward to. That said, thank everyone for being here. And this cactus is, in fact, out. Bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. I am going to go find something to munch on, maybe take a nap. And then if there's anyone on later, I will go ahead and go watch. Go ahead and go watch that. All right. Bye, everyone. Y'all have a nice day.